for this award. But let me also say that I am particularly thankful to my wife Heidi, who's in the audience today, whose love and support keeps me going every single day. Thank you. This award means a great deal to me, because since the very beginning of my career as a professor and researcher, my agenda has been to have impact on theory and other academics, but also on practice. In fact, most of my research aims at improving individual and firm performance, and at the same time, enhancing employee well-being. I also like to dance. Thank you. For example, our research on performance management, test bias and fairness, HR certification, leadership, and star performers are domains of great interest to both science and practice. So receiving this award is very meaningful to me because it shows that our research is appreciated by a broad audience, including practitioners. But, as you know, there is a big divide between HR research and HR practice. Many professors, and I am guilty as charged, often do research on issues that are not relevant for practitioners. But on the other hand, practitioners are not very often well informed about the latest research. For example, did you know that there are more than 50 scientific journals that publish HR research? Did you know that these journals together publish thousands of scientific articles on HR topics every year? So, both researchers and practitioners need to work together more diligently to bridge the science-practice gap and create knowledge that is both rigorous and also relevant. Where shall we start? As always, in the beginning, there is a question. So I think we need to start asking the right questions. I am going to tell you a big secret. Most researchers are constantly, and I would say desperately, looking for good questions to ask in their research. The pressure to publish has never been more intense. More than 90% of the manuscripts submitted to journals are rejected. So researchers look for and need interesting questions. Research that does not address interesting questions is more likely to be rejected. And who could be the source of those very interesting questions for which we need to find answers? Practitioners. Practitioners understand the pulse of business and organizations much better than professors. Practitioners are in the trenches. And practitioners are always in need of credible and actionable knowledge that they can use to benefit their organizations and the people working in their organizations. So, on the one hand, practitioners are in a wonderful position to ask relevant questions about issues that matter. On the other hand, researchers are in a wonderful position to answer those questions rigorously. The perfect marriage. So, here's my suggestion. We need more researcher-practitioner conversations about what specific questions research should try to answer. We need to have more interactions between researchers and practitioners to understand what are the grand challenges facing HR in the 21st century. What are some of the questions we need to ask about the impact of radical changes in the nature of work and organizations, including cloud computing, baby boomers retiring and millennials taking their place, and globalization, for example? We need researcher-practitioner conversations to set a meaningful research agenda that will result in useful knowledge that will benefit organizations, people working in organizations, and society at large. If you're a practitioner, please invite a local HR professor to lunch to share the important and urgent questions for which you need answers to do your job better. If you're a researcher, please invite an HR practitioner to lunch to talk about what questions you should be asking in your research, questions that are likely to lead to useful knowledge for improving employee well-being and organizational performance. So, this is a good place to start. Having researcher-practitioner conversations about what are the important and relevant questions we should ask in our research. Again, I am deeply, deeply thankful and honored by this award. Thank you very much for all that you do for our field, and enjoy the rest of this wonderful conference. Thank you.